Hey everyone, this is Laurie Delk Radecki, and I am here for you with my Laurie's lessons. And today it is going to be a talk on what to do when life pushes you backward. You keep moving, right? And what nature taught me about building a business. So, several different things I wanted to share with you. We were blessed to be out with my family on Bald Head Island this past week. And we were able to spend the whole week with one of my sons and his wife and their two children. And then one of my other sons and his wife got to come out for a little bit. And one of my daughters and her husband and grandchild got to come out with us for a little bit. So it was really a fun time. But anyway, while we were out there, you probably saw the little turtles and the little crabs that we were watching on the beach that I posted on my social media. If you didn't, go check it out. They're cute little videos. But anyway, as I sat there watching them, I just, and I was looking around, I was praying, I was telling God how thankful I was to be able to take that time and rent this big house and spend time with our family out on the beach. And God just started speaking to my heart about business, about leadership, about life, and about perseverance. And it's one thing that I noticed, like every once in a while, like a big wave would come or a strong tide would come in and it would push those little crabs way up on the shore. And that was not where they wanted to be, right? They were scurrying very quickly. Like if you watch the video, the one that I did, he was like, you could barely see him because he blended in with the sand so much, but he was scurrying to get away from us. And, because it's not where they function the best, right? It's not where they move freely. And you could just see them scrambling and fighting and working hard to try to get back in the water because the water is where they thrive. The water is where they could move quickly. The water is where things flow naturally. And I just thought about it and I thought, this is exactly what happens in network marketing, in our business, and in life, right? Sometimes the tide comes and it comes in unexpectedly on us. And sometimes life pushes us somewhere where we never wanted to be, right? Like I could name so many things that has happened in my life that I've walked through that I didn't really want to walk through, right? Financial stress, I've been there. Rejection, I've been there. Discouragement, I've been there. Divorce, grief, I've been there. Sickness, I've been there. Betrayal, I've been there. Fear, I've been there. Overwhelm, I've been there. Criticism, I've been there. Team members quitting, I've been there. Slow months, I've been there. Self doubt, I've been there too. Death, I've been there. Losing a child, I've been there. So many things, right? Like, how many of those could you relate to? And there's probably more. You probably have more. I know I didn't mention all of them, but you know, we can feel like that sometimes that we've been pushed way up on the shore, like where we didn't want to be, just like those little crabs. And when those little crabs were, way up on the sand, they looked like they were struggling so much harder and they were pushing to get back to that water. But their movement was slower. I mean, they go a little fast, but their movement was still slower. Progress was harder, and everything took more effort than when they were in the ocean, right? But once they got back into the water, they could glide, they could move, and the waves would help carry them where they wanted to go, right? And that's exactly what consistency does in your business because that's when you stay connected and when you stay in the environment and when you stay plugged into your team and your leadership and conference calls and team meetings, when you keep posting, when you learn and study, you keep learning, you keep growing, you keep believing, then you get back into that momentum. And when you get to momentum, that changes everything. Have you ever been there? Do you wish you could get back to it as quick as possible? And if you've never been there, keep pushing till you can get there because I promise you that momentum changes everything. So many people quit during the shore season. They think this is too hard. Or I hear this all the time from people this isn't working. I posted one thing and I didn't have 100 people sign up. I post a lot and I don't have hundreds of people signing up all the time, right? Like it takes work, it takes consistency, it takes posting all the time. Like not all the time in one day, but consistently every single day doing some work. People say, maybe I'm not good at this. Or maybe this isn't for me. Maybe that was a sign. I hear that sometimes too, right? And the thing is, the truth is, it's the problem isn't the business. The problem is they got hit by a tide. They stopped moving before they got back in the water, right? Like they say, don't help the little turtles to get back into the water because that helps to get stronger to get to the water. But like I remember one time there was a turtle going this way and the water was over here. So he wasn't going to make it if we didn't just turn him around. So we just turned him around so he could go back towards the water. Still let him do his walk and make his legs stronger to get back to the water. But successful people are not people who never get pushed ashore, right? Successful people aren't people that don't ever have stuff happen. Like I just listed a bunch of things that has happened to me, and there's a ton more that I could list if I wanted to go down that oh woe is me rabbit trail, right? I could give you the excuses just like most other people. But successful people are the people who keep crawling until they get back to that momentum. That's the difference, 100%. So, you know, the one of the things that I've learned over my almost 40 years in network marketing business and is the fact that the tide always changes again. Always. Promise you. I've been here, done that, got the t-shirt. Most things, I do study still every day. I learn more every day. And that's one huge thing too, is once you think you got there, then that's the start of your end. You need to always be learning and training. But bad seasons don't last forever. Hard moments don't last forever. And discouragement doesn't last forever if you keep working. But quitting can make a temporary season permanent. And sometimes I think people underestimate how close they are to breakthrough. Like, have you ever seen those memes of people being so close and they were like, the meme shows how close they were and they quit? The crab doesn't stop 2 feet before he gets to the water. The turtle doesn't stop crawling because the sand is hard, right? They keep moving toward the environment that they were created for. And listen to me. You were created for more. You were not created to live stressed out every month, wondering how the bills will get paid. I promise you, I've been there. My kids will tell you they ate ketchup and cheese sandwiches or ramen noodle supreme, we called it, where you get 5 packs of ramen noodles and a bag of mixed vegetables and you mix it all up and that fed a family of 6. We've been there, I promise you. But you were not created to shrink back because of fear. And you were not created to hide your gifts. You were created to grow. You're created to impact people, and you were created to help other people, and you're created to walk in purpose and to become stronger through the process. And, sometimes the very struggle that you're fighting right now is building the strength that you're gonna need for that next level. So, because the waves that push us, they also teach us that resistance builds strength, right? In the gym, the resistance that builds strengths. The pressure builds endurance. And the one thing that I absolutely love about this business, and especially about my team, is we're together. One team, one dream. You do not have to crawl back alone. That is huge. That's the reason we do trainings, we plug into events, we share testimonies. That's a reason that we encourage each other. Cross line, down line, up line, sidelines, it doesn't matter. We all encourage each other because all tides can rise together, right? And because sometimes people just need a little help getting back into the water. Sometimes people just need someone to remind them, hey, you can do this. Or you are making progress. You are growing. So don't quit now because the enemy, he loves isolation. And he would love to get you to quit. He would love to get you to not be where God wants you to be. But momentum grows in community. And another thing that I noticed is, the crabs, they didn't complain about the tide, right? So think about that. Don't complain. Don't be one of those complainers. My mom used to say all the time, so much that it used to drive me nuts. And now I find myself repeating it all the time. What you think about, you bring about. But, the crabs, like I said, they didn't complain about the tide, they adapted to it. And that just thinking about that preached to me. Like God can preach to you anywhere you're at, right? And he can talk to you and he can help you with things and teach you lessons. And, in business, the tides change, the algorithms change, markets change, economies change, companies evolve, technology changes, people change, but leaders adapt. Leaders don't just sit on the shore complaining about the wave. They adjust and they move and they keep going. And the people who keep moving eventually get back into that flow. So I just want to encourage you that, how do you feel? Maybe you feel like life has pushed you backwards recently, or maybe you feel exhausted. Maybe you feel discouraged. Maybe you feel stuck on the shore. Promise me. Just listen. Keep moving toward the water because it will work. I promise you, if you do it, it will work. I've been doing this business almost 40 years. Keep posting, keep sharing, keep learning, read more, get information, keep inviting, keep growing. Biggest thing, keep believing because momentum could be just one decision away. It could be that one post away. It could be one testimonial away. It could be one customer or one team member away for you. And then suddenly you're back in the water, moving faster than ever before. And just remember that, that tide that pushed you ashore, that does not define your future. Your persistence does, and your consistency does. Remember that. I love you guys, believe in you, and I truly, truly believe that the best is ahead for so many of you. So let's keep swimming together. Let me know if this helped you. Share it with a friend who it could help and encourage them. And I will see you next week. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.